We met on Sunday, and he's on the show with me. He's a British Jamaican, and he's here in Nigeria for the very first time, very first time, and I'm happy to have him on my show. How you doing, bro?
Yo, yeah, dealing fam.
Super,
Nice
bro. How
meeting
you doing?
I'm all right, man. Nice meeting you.
Great,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, bro.
It's your first time in Nigeria.
First time I come here. First time coming
Why you
Nigeria.
say?
Yeah. Yeah, right. First time I've entered Nigeria. It's not the first time in Africa.
Okay.
I've been to different places in Africa, but we get to that in the interview as we go along. But it's my very first time set foot on a great land of Nigeria.
So far, in space of how many days, what's your experience about Nigeria?
Should we start? Because we're not going to stop.
Let's start from the weather.
The weather is great. I was expecting it to be more hot than it is now. But so far, the weather is great.
Right.
I mean, great, really great. I was always intrigued about Nigerian food. Now, I've said this on many of my platforms that most of my friends in London are Nigerians. So, you know, you go to the parties or whatever it is, and you have the Nigerian dishes. But when you have the authentic Nigerian dishes that cooked in Nigeria, that's something different. So, yeah, that kind of blew me away.
What have you tried your hand on ever since you got to Nigeria? Nigerian dish? Which of them?
I tried puff puff. I've tried, what's the other? I don't really eat meat, but I do chicken and fish.
Okay.
So I don't eat red meat like goat and beef and all that. But I try your fish. Your fish is really good. There's this other thing, I forgot the name of it. It's like a cake, like a little pudding thing.
Moi moi.
Moi moi, that's it. Try moi moi. I have to have that every morning.
Moi
moi. Moi moi.
So, well, have you tried speaking any of Nigerian languages?
Yes.
Which one?
People taught me all kind of language. I know, and in any culture, which is the first language they try to teach you? The bad ones.
Okay, okay, try it. Let me see how bad it is.
Orioda.
Let's continue this. I don't know why people do this.
In Jamaica, it's the same thing. If you ask anyone across the world to tell you something about Jamaica, I won't use it on your platform, but they say something that would consider derogative or bad or swear language.
Wow.
Yeah.
So one thing about Jamaicans, all Jamaicans, I mean, literally you see that Jamaicans have dread. How is it, I don't know. Now you're Jamaican, but you don't look Jamaican because you're fair. Your skin is too, oh my God.
Well, yeah, you have fair-skinned Jamaican. You literally have...
But when you say Jamaican, we see more of the black. We see more of the black skin
dark-skinned Jamaicans. I think what it was, we can go way back as far as 500 years. You know, with colonialism. And you have all this different interracial union.
Right.
So I think that's why I come fair-skinned. Because...
all right, I'll need to take a quick break now. We'll be taking for the news bit. And then when we return, I still have my very good friend here. We need to know your name. We need to know what life has been with you before now. We'll be back, go nowhere. It's still your #1 lunchtime show. This is a pause.
Vice President Kashim Shettima says Tinubu's government most investor-friendly in Nigeria's history. He says these are the U.S.-Nigeria Executive Business Roundtable hosted by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. Federal Executive Council approves establishment of Disaster Relief Fund. The fund is to source finances from the 3 tiers of government and private sector players for flood victims. Court dismisses Northern APC's suit to remove Ganduje as APC chairman. The judge also held that the plaintiff failed to explore the internal mechanism for peaceful resolution of issues. Governor Sanwo-Olu reaffirms commitment to support the judiciary. This is to ensure that every citizen gets justice irrespective of their status, tribe, or religion. Lagos State House of Assembly committee visit more council areas for grassroots development. It is one of the strategies put in place to review and monitor policies, plans, programs, and projects of the LCDA councils. Federal government offers 150 billion naira bonds for subscription. The FGN bonds are offered at 1,000 naira per unit, subject to a minimum subscription of 50 million naira and multiples of 1,000 naira thereafter. External reserves hit 22-month high to $37.31 billion. According to CBN, this marks a notable recovery in Nigeria's foreign currency position. Libya to host Nigeria in Benin AFCON qualifier. Super Eagles is set to face Libya in the Matchday 4 encounter at the Mataya Stadium on the 15th of October. Anima Shaun emerges youngest boxing champion in West Africa. He recorded a 6th-round technical knockout against Richman Ashley of Ghana after the latter refused to continue in the 7th round. Israel strikes dozens more sites in southern Lebanon as thousands flee homes. Israel says it is preparing for the next phases of operations targeting Hezbollah in Lebanon as concern grows over a wider conflict. 3 killed, thousands evacuated in central Vietnam floods. Authorities have urged people living along the swollen River Wang to move to safety.
It's very good for every girl child that is not doing anything for the moment to come up to this opportunity, because Face of Ezekiel have given you the opportunity to become a better person. I encourage you to register. The price is very cheap, you know, unlike other places where you register with a high price, but here is only 5,000 naira. All you have to do is to visit our website, faceofezekiel.com, and you register. Every details that you need for the registration is down there. And I want to tell you something. Face of Ezekiel is a pageantry that is transparent. It's not where we go that people will be hiding some things. Everything there about Face of Ezekiel is open. And when you come, whatever prizes that we say that this is what you will win, whatever gift that we say this is what you will gain, you will have them all.
Yes, we're back like we never left. Yes, that's how we used to say it. We're back like we never left. We're enjoying my guest all the way from London, but he is born Jamaican, but he is a British, Jamaican-British citizen. Am I correct to say that?
Yeah, that's correct.
All right, good. We're talking about dreads and Jamaican, and after we should get to talk about you. Let's get into you and what drives your passion, what drives your moves around the world. Yeah. All right, dreads. I like dreads for Jamaicans because when you hear something like "One Love," you do your hair like that, like that, and you don't understand when you dip your hair in the water and you bring it out. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, we can't do that here in Nigeria. Yeah, it's only some people that, don't worry, we can't just do that here in Nigeria. Have you tried Nigerian jollof?
Oh, yes. I think Nigerian jollof is the best jollof ever. Now, my Ghanaian friends, please, don't come for me. Them Ghanaians going to come for me now. But
all right, I'm not going to emphasize this. Let's just leave it that way.
Yeah.
He's enjoyed Nigerian jollof.
Yes.
Now, you know you have Nigerian friends in London.
Right.
And they do Nigerian cooking.
Right.
And you've been to Nigeria. You've tasted Nigerian cooking.
Right.
So which one would you prefer?
I'll prefer the cooking in Nigeria.
The cooking in Nigeria?
Yes.
For real?
Yes. The reason for that is, in London, you don't get that authentic food to cook.
You continue to the japa, my japa.
You know what I mean? But you're on the home ground of Nigerian cooking, authentic, traditional Nigerian dish. So for me, that speaks volume. That's different from what I would normally have in London. It's the same in London with Jamaican food. When you're having Jamaican food in London, it's Jamaican food. But you go back home, and it's the original thing, isn't it? So for me, that's what I look at when it comes on to Nigeria.
All right, big shout out to everyone watching that loves reggae, that loves Jamaica. And what would you say? How would you give them the part of vibes? Let them know that you're from Jamaica.
Yo, so party vibes in Jamaica, I would say come to Jamaica. Jamaica is open to everybody. We got Nigerians living in Jamaica right now.
Nigeria live everywhere.
Yeah. Well,
Even in level. Nigerians live everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, why I say?
So, where I say?
I don't know. I just use it.
Now, I say, where I deal with dog.
Yeah.
You see me? Yeah.
Jarasta fried rice.
Yeah. Jarasta never fried the rice, too.
In Nigeria, you just go like that. You just see somebody saying
yeah,
because you don't know the
Jarastafari.
original. We just train them to say that.
Yeah.
All right.
It's Jarastafari.
Okay, Jarasta.
Far I. You see?
You people should learn.
Yeah.
If you don't learn, you learn the hard way.
It's not Jarasta fried rice.
No, me, I like it sounded like when Jarasta provide fried rice
Fried
for
rice.
use. That's what I
Okay.
thought they were saying.
Yeah, no.
But it's not correct.
It's not correct.
It's
Jarasta far I.
okay.
Yeah.
You can hear from the horse's mouth. So, let's leave it that way.
Yeah.
All right. Growing up for you, how was it?
I was grew up in the I born in the 80s, 1980.
Okay. Where were you born? Nigeria? I mean, Jamaica or
No,
London?
I was born in Jamaica.
Okay.
I grew up most of my teenage life in Jamaica. Not all of it, because my story go way back. After I got shot in Jamaica,
Wow.
my mother decided to migrate to the UK. Now, I was 18.
Were you a gangster?
No.
Why did they shoot you?
I was a twin. All right, so this is what happened. We worked, because that's how my mom grew us up without the presence of any dad. So obviously, we were working and all of that. Long story short, we went out one night. It was a Sunday night, me and my twin brother.
Okay.
And we got held up by gunmen
Oh.
who wanted to take our stuff. But we refused. As you know, Jamaican, we fight back. And so my brother kind of freeze, and I tell him, just give the guy the chain. He was wearing a chain. So I said, let's give the guy the chain. He still didn't do it. So the guy just point the gun at him and shoot him. When I saw that, I reacted.
Yeah, definitely.
I got shot twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was...
I was 17 at the time when that happened.
Your mom will have no choice than to relocate.
Yeah, but unfortunately for my brother, he didn't make it.
From the gunshot?
No. He lived with a gunshot for many years, but died a few years after that incident.
Wow. Yeah. I accept my sympathy on that.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, let you not lose that to kill the vibe of the show. Just go ahead. All right, you've overcome so many orders.
Yeah.
All right, what inspired you to visit other countries?
I think it's the way I was grew up. I think it because, you know, when you grew up in a rough environment, especially Nigeria is not far better than or different from Jamaica, because we're the same people.
All right.
So you grew up in sort of an intense environment where it's hard, and you go to bed, you sleep without food and all that sort of stuff. And so, and growing up, I always have this passion in helping, some weird reason. But it stemmed from the way I grew. So I decided to do my first giveaway. This was 2018, back in my hometown in St. Catherine, Jamaica.
Okay.
I did that, an event and a charity. I gave away everything. I sent out a whole container to Jamaica with every stuff you can think of. Household items, school supplies, you name it, everything. Food, you name it. A whole container. And I kept the event and I gave away every single thing. I have that on my my Instagram.
Handle. We'll talk about that in course of the show.
Yeah.
You tell people your handle. Right. So after Jamaica, you moved where?
So
again?
after Jamaica, it was meant to be Nigeria.
Oh.
The pandemic hits 2019. So everything got shut down, as you know, for 2 years. I'm planning, thinking, what am I going to do, or how am I going to do this? So I thought, you know what, I'm going to start doing what I'm doing again in the way of content.
Okay.
So I then start doing all my content creation in the way of fantasy versus reality. But I don't just travel to video all these places. I travel to help. If I'm not going to be able to help, I won't travel. And when I help, like I'm in your country today to help less fortunate people.
Oh, you're gonna show hands of love to people in Nigeria?
Love to people in Nigeria.
Are you for real?
For real, definitely.
Wow.
That's the main reason why I'm
Amazing,
here.
amazing, amazing.
I'm also here to enjoy a country, but the main reason is to make sure somebody out there go to their bed happy.
Wow, wow, this is so touching, and it's great. It's great you have this concept, and it's rare. You see people want to travel to other people's country and go to the most fascinating places.
Fascinating places, which is fantasy.
Fantasy like that, and leave telling the good part of the place. And some people come and tell the bad story of the place.
Yeah.
But you want to come say the good, the bad, and tell it in a good story.
Tell it in a good story.
Am I saying your mind? Wow, this is a great innovation. All right, let's talk about Nigerian music, Jamaican music. Do you have a favorite Nigerian artist?
Yeah. I would say nowadays, which is in this time,
Aye.
I would say it's Burna Boy.
Burna Boy.
Yeah.
Nigerian.
In this time.
Aye. But before now, it was who?
But before now, it was like Davido.
Oh.
You know, when they just started
Do
out.
you know any of Davido's song? Or which is your favorite track?
I don't think I do favoritism in music. I just love music overall.
Okay.
I listen to any genre of music, rock and roll, rap, all of that stuff. Because before I start doing content, I'm also a DJ in London. So we have a radio station in London called Natural Vibes Radio.
Natural Vibes?
Yeah, Natural Vibes, owned by me and a guy called Dapper and Triton.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Is it still running?
Yeah, it runs from time to time because I got so caught up doing this whole content creation, and I work. As much as I'm doing this, I still go. When I leave here and go back to London, I'm going there to work. My 9 to 5, and then
You need money. To help people, you need money.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a quick one from Davido. We'll take a quick musical break from Davido, and when we return, we'll be wrapping up with my own very own. Do you know you've not told people your real name? What's your real name?
my real name is Kevin Williams.
Kevin Williams.
Yes.
But you prefer to be called?
High grade.
High grade. All right. We'll be back with Kevin Williams. High grade. Jamaican.
Yeah, Jamaican British.
Go nowhere. We'll be back after this single music.